Hey there, and welcome to our new consultant training tonight. I'm Kelly Conley, for those of you all who haven't met me before, and we're doing a little different tonight because on the nights that I usually train, um, for some reason it's all blurby. So we're going to try something different, and that I'm going to pre-record it and then give you the opportunity to listen. So on our new consultant training, goodness, we've talked about a lot of things, and the most important thing is working your business full circle. As you know, that's the most important thing that you can do, and to be careful not to just be checking things off of your check off list. So, for example, one of the very first things that you focus on is a perfect start, which is 15 faces in 15 days, or your power start, 30 faces in 30 days. So you can do your perfect start and then complete that, and then you can move on and do your power start. Or if for some reason you miss your perfect start, then you can still be working on the power start. But the reason that working your business full circle is because you don't want your perfect start or your power stop to come to a perfect stop. You don't want your perfect start to come to a perfect stop. And sometimes that can happen if you're just checking off the list, just checking the box saying, I got a face, I got a face, I got a face. You want to be sure that you are, while you're in that practice mode and you're telling them that you're practicing, that you're always talking about the first and second facial. The second facial, you're going to do a little bit more color on it. And you've probably at this point seen Maddie do a live class, or you've seen myself do a live class. And we always want to do your first party for you. And sometimes it requires us doing more than one, just depending. Every situation is different. Every consultant is different. But then you can see exactly how we talk about that and how we promote that second appointment and building your confidence to do that second appointment. And confidence comes by doing. Confidence comes by practicing. That's why Mary Kay has the perfect start design and the power start design, because when you practice on that number of faces in that number of days, then your confidence level is going to really go up. So one of the things that I learned very quickly in Mary Kay was chase the prize trail, because I love getting prizes. And so if you'll focus on the prizes, then there's a reason behind each one for you to grow your business, okay? So again, we're going to go back. We don't want that to come to a power stop. So if we don't book a second facial, if we don't get referrals at that party, then it could be that we do those 30 faces and then it comes to a stop and we go, oh my gosh, I've practiced on my faces and I don't have any appointments. But if you're selling that second appointment all the time, then you're going to be booking those so that it has that domino effect, okay? So you meet two people who lead you to two people who lead you to two, or you meet four who lead you to four, who lead you to four, who lead you to four, whatever number that is, okay? And that's what we want to happen in our business. When we ask for referrals, that kind of like gives us that cushion of, if for some reason we don't have appointments on our books, then we have those referrals that we can reach out to as well, okay? So what does full circle mean? For full circle sales means book, coach, sell, referrals, recruit. And so that's the 5 things that you want to master in your business, the 5 skills that you want. So it's simple in that there's only 5 skills that you have to master, but there's some details in each one of those. So that's what we're always going to be focusing on, is really mastering those things right there in your business. Okay, and then we're also always going to be teaching sales ideas, because once you have your customer base established, then you always have that base to pull from for specials and delivering the best customer service that you can give. And that's a training within itself. But tonight, my focus is, I wanted to talk about Hostess credit, and I wanted to talk about other ways that you can meet future customers and hostesses, okay? So let's talk about Hostess credit. So you've seen this sheet called Hostess Rewards, okay? Now right here, this is backwards I know, but you've seen it, and I can post it also so that you can go along with this and you can print it because you want to keep some of these printed out. And just to make sure you know, if you have an Office Max in your area, we get a really huge discount. So like black and white copies are 4 cents each, color copies, I don't even remember, 20 cents or something, but it's really very economical for you to just email those over and have you a stash of this information. So this is regular Hostess credit. Okay, so if somebody just said, how do you get free product in Mary Kay? This has been this way forever. Now, I always, at the end of the party, do calculate it that way to make sure that they're getting the best deal. But usually, always, this one, the 75 for 35, usually always comes out the best. So you might be thinking, okay, how do you do 75 for 35? That means that you let them pick out $75 worth of product for $35. So they give you 35, okay? Now, what does that cost you? And that's the one thing I always want to look at, is because you are a businesswoman and you want to treat your business like a business. Okay, so if you bought $75 worth of product from Mary Kay, and I want you to write this down if you're taking notes. If you bought $75 worth of product, that would cost you $37.50, right? Because we get half, 50% profit, 50% discount, however you want to look at that, okay? Now, if you paid $37.50 for it from Mary Kay, and they give you $35, then that is only going to cost you $2.50 to run that promotion. So worst case scenario, that nobody purchased anything, let's just say, because I always like to look at everything, what's the best that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? The worst thing that could happen is that it costs you $2.50, okay? And then the best thing that can happen is you have a $400 or $500 party, okay? So just know that when you offer that 75 for 35, that's what it costs you, $2.50. Now, what generally happens is, for me, is nobody purchases just $75. They purchase 80, they purchase 90, they purchase 125, and then I just take that $35 off. So even if nobody else at the party buys anything, the hostess usually always buys more than the 75. Okay, so that's my favorite hostess credit. I've done all kinds of different things over the years, and that's the one thing I stick to all the time. I also don't always use the word party when I'm booking an appointment. I'll just say, hey, like if I'm teaching you, it would be, hey, I'm so excited about my business. It's part of my training. I need to do my perfect start, which is 15 faces. I mean, that whole script. We went over that. So once I book their face and I have a date and time for it, then I say, oh, by the way, if you want to have a couple girlfriends over, it's always a lot of fun when you share your appointment. And you can get $40 in free product just for sharing it with them if you'd like. And then once she says, oh, yeah, I'd love to do that, then I say, great, this is how it works. You get to pick out $75 worth of product. It only costs you $30, so you get $40 free. So I explained that to her, how that's going to work. Now, at the bottom of this sheet, let me put it up here real close so you can see that right there, which again, it's going to be backwards for you, but you're going to get the gist of what I'm going to say here just in a second. I wish you could see through the paper. Somehow I could make that work better. I'm not sure how we're going to do that. I actually think you can print that backwards. I think you can flip that somehow. I'll have to do that. But down here at the bottom, it says, so this gives them the option to get even more, because sometimes they'll have, like one night I had over an $800 party. Well, certainly I wanted her to get more than just, 40 free with that kind of party. So down here at the bottom, it says additional product bonuses. So the first one is, if she has $250 in sales, then she gets an additional 20 free. So instead of $75 for 35, she would get to pick $95 for 35. Does that make sense? We're giving her $20 extra because she had a $250 party. So she gets to pick $95 worth of product for 95 for 35. So she's still going to be giving you the money for that. Okay, but she gets extra $20 in free products. Now, she had a $250 party, so your profit's going to be $125. Okay, so now instead of that promotion costing you $2.50, and she got 20 free, which was retail, which is $10. Your cost that now costs you $12.50. So see, it's still a good deal for her, and it's a good deal for you. So it's win-win for both of you all. Okay. The next option is if she has 4 adult guests instead of 2, she gets an additional 20 free. So if she did both of those things, then she would get $105 for 35. All righty. Now, if she has $100 in outside sales, then she gets an extra 20 to add on to that. And see, the thing is with that, with the $100 in outside sales, then you have new leads. So that's people that's not there but wanted products. And you know that you've already sold $100. Okay, so you can still give the 20 because that's 20 at retail, 10 at your cost. You made 50, your profit's still 40. Okay, and then each booking that holds, she gets 20. So I don't give that until the appointment holds, but all of that is on here. Okay, so and it tells you right down at the bottom, if you complete one of those, you get 95 for 35. If you complete 2, you get 105 for 35. If you complete 3, you get 125 for 35. Alrighty, so that is just additional incentive for her. So I hope that that makes sense. And one of the things that you want to do is you want to study this and look at it. You know, don't wait till you get to the party to try to figure that out. All right, so it's a great incentive. It's great for you and it's great for her. Okay, so it's really win-win for everybody. So I love, love, love this sheet on Hostess Credit. Now, as you know, one of the neat things in Mary Kay is that you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So that means that there are some things that you may just come up with a great idea, and because it's your business, you can do that. You know that Mary Kay just asks us 2 things that we always do, and that is 1, the golden rule, we don't take other people's customers, and 2, we dress professional. That's the 2 things that she says I need you to do. On the other side, again, you can come up with Hostess Credit however you want to. However, I have found that it's a proven business, and my goal as your coach and your sales director is to guide you in the right way to have the most success for you. And so to me, this is the best thing for especially a new consultant. So I hope that part is helpful going over the Hostess Credit, and we're happy to go over that with you, individually as well. Now, let me share a couple other ways that you're going to be able to meet new people and new customers along the way. You're going to start with that waiting list. You're going to start with those people. The goal is to master the skills, to keep it going, to keep the domino effect going. You're going to always have an ongoing list, a contact list that is with you all the time, because you're going to run into people at the store who's going to ask you about your business. You are going to just strike up a conversation one day by accident, or somebody's going to compliment what you have on or what you're wearing. You're going to say, oh, well, I sell Mary Kay. And so you're always going to have that ongoing list. You're always going to be thinking of somebody that wasn't on your list, okay? The other things that you can do is some people enjoy doing vendor shows, okay? So having been in the company 24 years and having done quite a few vendor shows, let me give you some tips for that. One thing is I never pay over $25 or $50. 50 is the most I've paid, and I have only done that a time or two. It's usually $25. The only time that I would pay more for a vendor show is if it was a bridal fair, because when people come to bridal fairs, they are truly looking for makeup. They're looking for that part of it. They're looking for their wedding dresses. They're looking for their cake. They're looking for their flowers. They're looking for their makeup. So, like that's a really, really good leads, especially if you enjoy doing weddings. Okay. So that one I would consider paying more. But just a regular vendor show, I would only do that. Several reasons. One, remember that we still can't set up like a retail store. So we can't go to a vendor show and just set product up on a table like it's on a shelf where people just come up and buy. But what you can do is you can make a beautiful display of your products. You can demo things as they walk by, and then you get leads. So I usually give something away like a basket, and I'll say, do you want to register for this, or do you want to register for, a $25 gift card? And they register. And so the whole purpose of a vendor show in Mary Kay is to get leads. Okay. Now, there are good ones and there are some not so good ones. And I've had some great ones and I've had some not so good ones. I don't personally do an all day event very often. I do a very short event because a long day is a long day. Unless you just know that it's a day that an event that lots of people come through. Okay. So that's important to know. Always make sure there is no other Mary Kay person there besides you. And let's see, what else did I want to share on the vendor show? Something else I wanted to share on that right fast. Oh, there's a lot out there that is the first annual or the second annual, or your church is doing a bazaar, or your the school is, so there's different things like that. So the reason you want to be cautious is sometimes there's very little traffic that comes through if it's a first annual something. And then there's sometimes that there's hundreds of people come through. So you just kind of really need to do your research on vendor shows. Okay. Now, but here's always my thought. Here's my thought on a vendor show. If I pay $25 for one and I get 2 or 3 good strong leads, or 2 or 3 parties or classes booked, then to me that's win. To me that's win-win. That's awesome. I'm in. I don't ever expect anything huge, and then anything I get is a bonus. All right. And then you can also do what we call facial boxes. And I would set a facial box in a place that a professional woman comes in on a regular basis. That's mainly professional women. So a boutique, tanning bed's good. A hair salon would be good. A dry cleaners, although a lot of people don't wear suits anymore, but back in the day, women, professional women wore suits and they had to have them dry cleaned. But, there is a lot of dry cleaning that men get done that the wives do. So that's still, a pretty good place to do one. A flower shop might be good. And basically that's a box that one you can buy from the company, or you can decorate yourself. I always decorate by myself because I try to make them really eye-catching. And again, you might put on there, register for a free sample of the charcoal mask. And, the charcoal mask we can put in little Ziploc baggies and give samples for that. You could give away a gift card, but basically people are going to register in this box, and then you're going to, pick a name from there. You've got the leads in that box. Angel Fry loves facial boxes because she came out of a facial box. And referrals, you can always even ask existing customers for referrals and give them a discount on something for passing referrals off to you. And then outside orders is one of the best ways to meet new people, and they're so easy to follow up with. So for example, if you're promoting with your hostess that she is going to get the extra $20 free when she has $100 in outside sales. Let's say that was 5 people in her office that she works with that wasn't coming to her party but wanted to order something, or she asked, and maybe they just bought a mascara. So once I give her those products and she delivers them to him, then it's so easy to just give him a call and say, "Hey, Cece, this is Kelly Conley with Mary Kay, and I did Joanne's party, and I know that you ordered a mascara. One, I just wanted to make sure, did you get your product? And secondly, had you tried Mary Kay before? And then that starts a conversation. Either she has or hadn't, or maybe she'd never tried our mascara but tried other things. And, then I share, well, we do make, like 5 mascaras. So, I might kind of go through each one. So they're just very easy leads to follow up with. Okay, so that's another great way. So there's many, many, many ways to meet people, but the best way is to get bookings from your parties, really talk about that second facial, and get referrals from there. Okay, now real quick before we wrap up, I want to share a couple things. You all know now this is recorded, so we might even use it in the future, but at this date and time, we're just 2 days away from Mary Kay's birthday. It's May the 10th, and that's on Friday. So if you're watching this training and you already have a customer base, what will you offer? Maybe a special on Friday to honor Mary Kay's birthday. Or if you're new, that would be a great day to introduce yourself, that it's Mary Kay's birthday, and in celebration, you want to be sure that you book 5 appointments or 10 appointments or however many appointments you want to book. But Friday's a big day in Mary Kay because it's not only her birthday, but we're also getting the new foundations. The new matte foundations will be released on the 10th for anybody who participated in PCP, which means Preferred Customer Program, or was a STAR consultant in the prior quarter. Not this quarter that we're in, that ends June 15th, but the prior quarter. And then everyone's able to order on the 15th. So this is a big month because it's a month that people get to sample and try new foundations. And even though skincare is important, and that's what we want as skincare customers, doesn't everybody put emphasis on their foundation? Absolutely they do. So it's a big, big time in Mary Kay. And so many reasons that you're going to be booking a party. This Miracle May, that's what we're doing, because in this month, miracles are going to happen because you've got so many people that you want to match the foundation with. And I wish the quality on this little laptop was better so you could see my foundation. But the getting the perfect shade is crucial. So it took me a few days to get the perfect shade because I ended up with a really light shade compared to what I normally use, but it looks great on your skin when you get that perfect shade. Okay, now one last thing is it's Mother's Day. It's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day in advance to all my mothers that's listening. But there is still time to promote Mother's Day gifts if you've got products on hand, all right? Because most people do not get their Mother's Day gifts till Saturday. So you definitely want to reach out there to your customers and promote Mother's Day gifts. And of course, this week is Teacher Appreciation Week. But not only is people purchasing teachers' gifts this week, but they're also going to be doing it here in a few weeks when it's the last day of school for those. So that's another opportunity. And of course, graduation presents. And teenage girls love Mary Kay for graduation presents. So lots and lots of gift giving ideas. So I hope tonight was helpful. I want you to plug in every Wednesday night because, well, I'm not going to say every. We do most Wednesday nights. But there is so much training available to you in your Mary Kay. I hope that you've been on your Mary Kay In Touch and you've worked on your Color Confident, your Skincare Confident, and your Mary Kay University. I trust that you've been on your Facebook pages for the new consultant closed group training. That is awesome training as well. And we're going to be working on a new consultant 2 group that's a little more detailed. But know that we are always here. We're always available. We're always a text, a phone call, a box away to teach and train you. That's our job. And, I was thinking the other day that, just about, I've had people tell me before, you should be a life coach. You know what? Mary Kay is the best, this opportunity is the best life coach you could ever get. And most life coaches cost thousands of dollars. And just because you're a consultant in Mary Kay, you get access to all of that. So every time we're on here, I'm going to congratulate you for stepping out there, for stepping out on faith, for taking that chance to believe in yourself and what this opportunity can do for you and for your family, your future family, and just your future in general. So I always say, go to every meeting you can, attend everything that you can possibly attend in Mary Kay for one solid year and see what changes for you. So you guys have a great night. And again, I appreciate you for taking time to listen to the training this evening.